Welcome, dear Aries, both seasoned soul seekers and curious cosmic rookies, to Zodiac Talks Tarot. If you're new here, grab your metaphorical flamethrower and settle in. And if you're a longtime Aries riding through this wild Zodiac rodeo with me, welcome back, you beautiful, impulsive fireball. You've shown up at the perfect time, or, as the cosmos would say, exactly on divine schedule, even if your patience showed up late. Now, let's talk about this so-called ordinary day that's anything but. July 29th at 2 a.m., the moon saunters into Libra, all graceful and diplomatic like it's walking into a candlelit spa retreat. But don't be fooled, this isn't some peaceful lunar yoga class. This is a cosmic ambush in slow motion. While Libra's over here lighting incense and talking compromise, Aries, you, my dear, are lighting matches and talking truth. The moon's entry into Libra might feel, at first, like it's asking you to play nice. But then, boom, enter the opposition. And who's standing on the other side of that celestial chessboard, sword drawn and eyebrow raised? None other than you. Aries energy, raw, direct, and absolutely allergic to passive aggression. And here's where it gets juicy. What looks like a quiet Monday is actually a full-blown soul intervention. This isn't just about mood swings or a few tense texts with your partner. We're talking tectonic emotional shifts, identity shakeups, and spiritual plot twists that could make even the boldest Aries pause mid-round and go, wait, am I the problem? Spoiler, not always. But sometimes, yeah. But don't worry, this isn't a punishment. It's a portal. And it's tailor-made for the chosen ones, the brave-hearted souls entering the year of triumph 2025 with their armor cracked open and their inner truth louder than ever. So whether you're here to figure out your love life, your purpose, or just why you yelled at the barista this morning, stick around. We've got fire to walk through. And trust me, Aries, you were born for it. Aries. If you've been feeling like the universe has you in a headlock lately, you're not wrong and you're not alone. Let me walk you through what's happening, not just astrologically, but psychologically and energetically. As someone who's spent decades studying the intricate dance between celestial cycles and the human psyche with a little Buddhist wisdom sprinkled in for grounding, I can tell you this: what we're experiencing isn't random. It's a cosmic setup designed to trigger your next evolution. And Aries, you're front row center. Right now, the moon isn't just passing through Libra and minding its own business. No, it's squaring off against a full-blown celestial tag team: Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, all hanging out in your sign, Aries. This alignment? It's what I call a triple cosmic slap. It's like trying to meditate in a thunderstorm, or better yet, like hosting a tea party while the fire alarm blares and someone's throwing existential questions at your head. The tension is real. Saturn demands structure and discipline. Neptune blurs boundaries and confuses your sense of self. And Chiron? Oh, he just wants to yank up your deepest wounds like weeds from a garden you didn't even know you had. So, if you've been snapping at your roommate for breathing too loud, or having full-on existential crises because someone left you on red, you're not being dramatic. Your solar plexus, the chakra of will and identity, is on overdrive. Every so-called little thing feels like an emotional landmine because it's tied to something ancient, personal, and unresolved. And here's the real kicker: the battle isn't really with your partner, boss, or that guy who cut you off in traffic. The Libra moon is trying to keep the peace while your Aries fire is screaming for independence and raw truth. This is the paradox: the need to merge and the need to break free. It's not a tug-of-war with others, it's a sacred inner duel. And yes, your body feels it. That headache? It's not from your third coffee, it's your crown chakra resisting the call to evolve. The back pain? That's your root chakra clenching like it's bracing for a breakup with everything false. This is not chaos. This is sacred fire. Aries, you are not losing control, you are burning away the parts of yourself that were never truly you. The chosen ones aren't here to be comfortable. They're here to become conscious. So breathe through the flare UPS, laugh at the absurdity, and remember you're not broken. You're becoming. Let's take a moment, Aries, to talk about what's really going on inside that beautiful, battle-ready body of yours. You see, astrology isn't just floating planets and mystical metaphors, it's connected to real, physical responses in the body. And as someone who's studied the intersection of astrology, psychology, and Eastern wisdom for decades, I can tell you when the cosmos shifts, the body speaks loudly. Especially for a sign like Aries, who tends to treat burnout like a badge of honor. Now here's where it gets interesting. Aries rules the head and the adrenal system. That means your go-to reaction to life is, act now, question later, and maybe crash sometime next week. When Aries energy is overstimulated like it is right now thanks to the cosmic pressure cooker, you'll feel it in your head first. That pounding tension? Not just dehydration or too much espresso. It's your identity screaming for alignment. Meanwhile, Libra governs the lower back and kidneys, the domain of emotional balance, harmony, and let's be honest, stuff you usually try to bulldoze through. So when your spine feels like it's carrying the weight of the world, that's your relationship karma sending you a not so subtle invoice. But don't worry, these aches aren't punishments. They're sacred signals. Think of them as cosmic post-it notes your body's leaving everywhere. Hey champ, maybe deal with that unspoken tension with your partner, or how about you stop saying yes when you mean hell no? Where you hurt is often where you're hiding your truth. This is where the spiritual pressure cooker kicks in. Libra wants peace. Aries demands authenticity. You, my friend, are stuck between a meditation app and a megaphone. And before you get clever, no, ghosting isn't spiritual growth. It's just emotional procrastination with better branding. Now cue the heavy hitters. Saturn's asking, who are you, really? Which feels less like a question and more like a full-body interrogation. Neptune clouds your judgment, asking, are you sure that's not just a story you made up to protect your ego? And Chiron? He strolls in like your least favorite therapist, quietly placing childhood wounds right back on your lap. Still haven't healed this one, huh? The truth is, Aries, this isn't just celestial drama, this is transformation. Growth doesn't always roar, sometimes it aches, confuses, and calls your bluff. But here's the good news, you're not here to be perfect. You're here to evolve. And that starts with choosing healing over hustle, presence over performance, and growth over ego. And maybe, just maybe, giving your poor adrenal glands a break. Let's get one thing straight, Aries, you're not losing it. You're leveling up. What you're feeling right now isn't random discomfort, it's spiritual boot camp, and spoiler alert, you've already been drafted. This isn't punishment. It's an initiation. And the question echoing through this cosmic rite of passage is one that only the bravest can face. Can you be wildly, unapologetically yourself, and still stay open-hearted enough to love deeply? That's not a rhetorical question. That's the kind of spiritual riddle only the chosen ones get handed during the Year of Triumph 2025. Congratulations! You've made the cut. Now, to spice things up, Mercury's retrograding like it forgot where it parked its clarity. Suddenly, every decision feels like life or death. Should you text back? Should you quit your job? Should you eat the leftover tacos or start a juice cleanse? Welcome to the Aries Overthinking Olympics. And if you're mentally sprinting in circles, know that you're not alone. We're all out here thinking so hard we're sweating in our sleep. But here's a seasoned tip from someone who's been watching planetary patterns and human psychology collide for decades. Don't trust your Google Calendar right now. Trust your gut. It's a little messy, a little wild, but unlike Mercury, it never goes retrograde. And let's be honest, there is no perfect answer right now. Only real ones. What matters isn't certainty, it's congruence. That voice inside urging you to act. Sometimes it's your inner truth. Sometimes it's your inner toddler throwing a cosmic tantrum because it didn't get its way. Learn the difference. The former guides you forward. The latter just wants a juice box and revenge. Relationships are especially under the microscope. And here's the thing, the ones built on performative loyalty, fear, or codependency. They're about to snap like dollar store bracelets. But the real ones, the ones with depth, friction, love, and a willingness to evolve, they'll make it through. They might stretch, creak, maybe even scream, but they'll hold, and grow stronger. Because real connection doesn't break under pressure. It refines. Just like you. Let's clear something up right now, Aries. What you're going through isn't destruction, it's divine house cleaning. And not the cute kind where you light a sage bundle and call it a day. No, this is cosmic purification, fire sign style. The universe is asking you to clear out the relationships, habits, and emotional clutter that feel more like hostage negotiations than genuine connections. You know what I mean, those "what do I owe you now" dynamics that drain your soul. Aries doesn't do half-truths, half love, or half effort. You're either all in or all out. So when the fire comes to burn away the dead wood, let it. In fact, hand it a match. But here's the good news, the universe isn't just tossing you into emotional chaos without a toolkit. Enter the grand air trine, a rare alignment between the Moon, Pluto, and Uranus that's basically your spiritual GPS right now. This is where you trade in the chaos for clarity, and that knee-jerk reaction for long-range vision. Aries, I know your instinct is to charge first and ask questions later. But in this moment, think like a general, not just a warrior. Zoom out. Look at the battlefield. Strategize. Now, let's talk emotional intelligence, a term that might sound suspiciously like sitting still and breathing. I know. But seriously, this is the time to respond, not react. Air energy teaches us to speak with intention, not just volume. Choose your words like arrows, sharp, direct, and aimed at truth, not grenades you toss just to feel heard. Because sometimes the real flex isn't shouting louder. It's staying calm when everything inside you wants to explode. And don't underestimate your dreams right now. With Neptune retrograde, the dream world turns into your own private message board from the universe. These aren't just random images, they're symbols with meaning. A bridge? You're crossing into something new. A mirror? Time to face yourself. Scales? You're weighing your options, and maybe, just maybe, your own worth. So when you wake up, don't scroll, reflect. These dream symbols are cosmic cheat codes. Decode them, and you decode your next chapter. Let's talk signs, Aries, not just the zodiac kind, but the kind the universe throws at you like little breadcrumbs on a cosmic scavenger hunt. Seeing repeating numbers? That's not just your eyes playing tricks, it's the divine whispering through the matrix. Hearing the same lyric in 3 different places in one day? That's not coincidence. That's spiritual surround sound. And when that person you swore you blocked months ago suddenly texts you hey out of nowhere. Yeah, that's not Mercury retrograde being messy, okay, maybe partially, that's the cosmos playing its own kind of Morse code. Pay attention. These moments are invitations. Journal them, screenshot them, write them on your mirror in eyeliner if you have to. Future you will thank current you for noticing what most people scroll past. Now buckle up, because starting at 2 a.m. on July 29th, you enter a 48-hour transformation portal. Chiron the wounded healer goes retrograde on the 30th, and he's not here to play. He's here to dig into the identity wounds you thought you'd outgrown but secretly just decorated. Don't run. Aries doesn't do healing in the shadows. You heal in full flame, eyes open, heart racing, and probably with some dramatic music playing in the background. This is where your next chapter begins, not in avoidance, but in radical presence. What's at stake? Relationships. The fake ones? Poof. Gone. The real ones? They're about to get deeper, truer, maybe even uncomfortably honest, but that's the good stuff. The bonds that survive this cycle? Those are the ones you'll still be talking about 10 years from now, saying, that was the turning point. That's when I stopped pretending. And because I know you, Aries, always ready to charge but sometimes forgetting to prepare, here's your cosmic survival kit. First, embrace and / both thinking. You can be bold and tender, free and connected. Second, set the vibe, light candles, play music that makes your spirit feel seen. Third, do the mirror work. I know it feels cheesy, but tell yourself out loud, I'm worth loving without pretending. Fourth, meditate. Yes, even you. Start with 5 minutes of silence on your heart and sacral chakras. And finally, pause. Before you send that 4-paragraph text in all caps, pause. Count to 10. Or 20. Or, just go scream into a pillow first. Whatever works. This isn't just astrology. It's soul training. And Aries, you're in advanced class now. Aries, let me tell you something that might just rattle your ram horns a little. This isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Yeah, I know, it sounds like one of those motivational quotes you'd see on a yoga studio wall next to a crystal diffuser and some overpriced incense. But hear me out. As the Buddha so wisely said, suffering comes from resistance. And boy, do you love a good fight even if it's against yourself. But this moment? It's not your enemy. It's your forge. You're not being broken down, you're being tempered. This is your fire temple, Aries. Step in with courage, not complaints. You're not just surviving this phase, you're being initiated into a new level of soul strength, one flaming challenge at a time. And just when you think you've burned through it all, splash, Venus slides into sensitive Cancer on July 30th like a celestial bubble bath. This is your cosmic cool down. Emotional aftercare? Oh, it's not optional. You've been blazing through karmic breakthroughs like it's a CrossFit competition for the soul. Now it's time to hydrate your heart. You might find yourself getting weepy over an old voicemail or a dog food commercial. That's okay. Even fire needs water to balance the burn. Remember, Aries, it's perfectly fine to cry, even if you deadlift your emotions like emotional dumbbells every morning. As Mercury retrograde continues doing what it does best, pressing pause, hitting rewind, and making you question every text you've ever sent, you may feel raw, tender, even sentimental. I know, scary stuff for someone who usually handles life like a battering ram in a china shop. But don't shut down. Don't armor up. Stay curious. Stay open. The universe isn't asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be real. And maybe, just maybe, that's the bravest thing of all. Let's zoom out for a second, Aries, not just from your latest identity crisis or that cryptic dream you had about riding a phoenix while crying into a burrito. I'm talking cosmic zoom out. What's happening now isn't just some quirky personal upgrade, it's part of a global energetic shift. We're talking tectonic level soul movement here. The old paradigms of connection, the codependency, the isolation, the you complete me nonsense? Yeah, they're crumbling like week old cookies. The universe is calling in the chosen ones, those brave enough to love fiercely without losing themselves. And guess who's on the roster? You, Aries. You. This moment demands a new kind of relationship blueprint. Strong sense of self and sacred bond. It's not about lone wolves or emotional leeches anymore, it's about conscious creators who know how to build without bulldozing. With Pluto in Aquarius challenging the old power structures and Uranus in Gemini stirring the collective mind, we are being asked to rewire everything from how we communicate to how we connect. And Aries? You're not just a participant, you're on the front lines, battering ram in hand, pioneering a new way forward. So when you feel that pressure in your chest, that cosmic squeeze, don't numb it. Don't ghost it. That's your initiation. Your gateway. This is the drumroll to your year of triumph 2025. It's go time. Burn off the old, step into the new, and for the love of Mars, take time to enjoy the ride too. Laugh. Dance. Eat the donut. Life's not just about the breakthrough, it's also about basking in the aftermath. And if this spoke to your fiery soul, don't keep it to yourself, share it. Smash that like button, leave a comment about what signs or synchronicities are showing up in your life, and hit subscribe to stay aligned. This is Zodiac Talks Tarot, and we're decoding the stars together. The cosmos is whispering. Let's listen and rise.